With Swindon Town's first home match against Port Vale on Sunday at home, it's been a busy week of preparation at the county ground. Monday's official team lineup was an ideal opportunity to air the new third strip for the first time, seen here worn by John Gorman and Andy Rowland. Mark Robinson, the town's new signing from Premier side Newcastle, appeared along with the more familiar faces from last season. Back from their tour of Cyprus and friendly against Swansea, it's been a busy pre-season for the town.
Oh, to be honest, we've had a good pre-season. People obviously have looked into the newspapers and the things about the results in Cyprus. In actual fact, the preparation there was excellent. The standard of fitness we've regained has been so good, and we've tried all the young players as well, and we've come back benefited very much from it. We need this week probably a good resting week. You know, we've worked probably for a month now, solid morning, afternoon, you know, plus games as well. But we've had about 8 or 9 games under our belt. So we're ready just to recharge the batteries and get ready for Sunday's big important game, which is the only game that matters.
Right, as you say, disappointing results in Cyprus. What do you think those benefits of it were?
Only disappointing results, but not disappointing with the performances, because over there the standard of the football was much better than even people here would even imagine, and it was very pleasing how well we played in some of the games, especially the individual performances.
I think at the end of the day everybody accepts that the results weren't important, but it is always nice to win or get a result. But we've just got to put it all into perspective and accept that there were very good teams out there, and as you know, 3 of them are playing in the European Cup competitions this season, and so I don't think we'll meet opposition quite as strong as that this season.
Aby Rush appeared on crutches with the rest of the squad after his injury in Cyprus. He received a knock to the same recently mended fracture that put him out of the running for most of last season. John's hopeful that it's not broken, but we'll all know the answer soon enough.
He's having the plaster off in a week to reevaluate the damage, and hopefully it won't be bad, and it should just be severe bruising, and that'll be great news.
Like you say, Port Vale on Sunday, televised match. Does that make it any more difficult playing under the cameras?
No, it's good, isn't it? I mean, it's what it's about, isn't it? The excitement of the new season, and it's on TV as well, so it's a big day, and no better way to start the season off with a good home win.
I suppose it puts a little bit more onus on it, a little bit more highlight on the game. As far as we're concerned, you know, we're just looking forward to it and really getting things going, and you know, it should be a nice occasion with a new stand, 1 or 2 new faces in the team, and hopefully everybody in Swindon coming to get behind us.
Do you think Port Vale, newly promoted, are going to be out here with something to prove?
I think every team will go out with something to prove, not necessarily just Port Vale. We've come down from the Premier Division, they've just come up from the 2nd Division, so I think they'll be trying to show that there's not such a gap as there used to be.
The Cyprus tour, though disappointing as far as results went, did allow the younger members of the squad to show off their skills. Names like Ty Gooden and Wayne Sullivan have been mentioned in dispatches recently, so will there be any fresh faces in the first squad next season?
Well, it's down to them, isn't it? And it's down to, that's the one thing about it now, is we're giving them little opportunities, and without these trips we would never have the chance to see them. Consequently, if I just took an 18-man squad, we wouldn't have seen the bonuses of the Wayne Sullivans and Ty Goodens and whoever, you know.
Well, that's down to the youngsters. There's been a couple of them been pushing for places, and if they can carry that on and show a bit of stability there in their own positions, then I think they've got a chance. But again, you know, places are up for grabs, and it's down to who wants it.
Right, first match of the season televised, of course. Does that make it different?
I suppose it puts a little bit more onus on it, a little bit more highlight on the game. As far as we're concerned, you know, we're just looking forward to it and really getting things going, and you know, it should be a nice occasion with a new stand, 1 or 2 new faces in the team, and hopefully everybody in Swindon coming to get behind us.
There have been reports recently that Sean Taylor's position at the club was uncertain and that there might be a change in captaincy. So how are relations between manager and captain?
To be honest, no worries, no real worries. Sean's now had another chat with me, and he's just going to get on with things. He's obviously, you know, he came in looking for a contractual improvement, and at this present time that can't be done. But Sean's a good pro. He's just going to now get down to it, do his job, and see what happens. I mean, things can change, and hopefully they will do.
Port Vale are newly promoted from Division 2, and John and the team are under no illusions about any difference in performance between the two sides, and that it's going to be a hard match.
Yeah, I think every match will be difficult because Port Vale's just been promoted like we were last year, and they'll be full of enthusiasm. Their fans will be really looking forward to it, back in the league that they came down from just previously, and I'm sure that they'll be a great, they're a good football team, so we can be assured of one thing, it'll be a good match.
Swindon's 1-1 draw against Swansea came all too soon after the ill-fated Cyprus tour. The game went well despite the fact that some of the squad only arrived back in the country after midnight the night before.
Considering that we just arrived back very late at night, it was quite good, but Swansea were lively, you know, but we got another 90 minutes under our belt, and that was all that mattered, and we had no injuries apart from Terry Fennick with a slight calf strain, so hopefully it was good for us.
Bookies giving odds of 20-1 against the return to the Premier. What do you think about that?
I don't even bother about it, to be honest. I don't even think about it, what the bookies say anyway. It's just a matter of, as I said to you, it's far too early for anybody to be making decisions on who's going up. There's only one team going up automatically, and hopefully it'll be us.
The news that Simon Barca wasn't going to join Swindon Town from Queen's Park Rangers broke midweek, much to everyone's surprise. Simon had spent pre-season with the town and had even gone to Cyprus as well. Simon told us he'd settled in with the lads so well that Andy Much had nicknamed him Max Headroom. I asked John Gorman to sum up what had happened, given that the move had seemed pretty much certain.
No, it was never certain, anything but. Obviously today would have been the tribunal day. But there was always the likelihood that we would have to pull out because of the fee being too high. What happened really was that the money that was that's coming in has not yet, you know, come into the club that would enable us to just buy the player. If, for instance, today's fee had been set even at 400,000, the money wasn't there to say, yeah, we've got that money today. Because when you make a tribunal arrangement, you have to give the money straight away. And we've been asking for time all the time to QPR. Obviously I'm very disappointed because I expected it to go through. I mean, I'm gutted from the club and myself, and mostly for the player because he's committed himself to us. But and he always knew as well, he understood that even today he could have went up there to Manchester and Blackpool and St Anne's, and it could have easily fell through, because now that QPR have stated that it was £1 million is what they're expecting, I suppose if they halved it in between, they would be looking at, the tribunal could have set it. Normal way of doing it is setting it in the middle, around about this, it would have been around about 500,000 or 600,000, and again it would have meant disappointment. We've just got to get on with it. It's one of these things that's happened. You know, the fans again have been brilliant about things. There is always a door opening if one closes. We're continuing in our search for players. If we can't get Simon, we'll continue to try and get somebody else. But at the same time, it'll give an opportunity to another player at this club. And I'm very happy with the squad, and I just want the fans to get whatever side goes out Sunday, you know, to get right behind them. And I think it proved last night how many people are so keen for the club to do well when so many people turned up for the open night. I'm sorry they had to wait so long to get in, but I don't think anybody expected so many people to come.